What is going on, my amazing Disney family? Today's video, we're going to be breaking down how much it could cost you to go on a Disney cruise by using my actual booking as an example. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So what I ended up doing is breaking this down into 4 different categories on what you could expect to pay for a Disney cruise. So the first one is going to be just the general cost for you to get on the ship. That is going to include your stateroom, that is going to include the general cost of whatever the destination you're going to and how long the cruise actually is. The second one is going to be your transportation. This is going to include your flights, the hotel, which I'll explain later what that actually is, and also the grounds transportation, which is going to be your transportation from the hotel to the port and from the port back to the hotel. The third is going to be gratuity, because I think this is so important to be able to say a huge thanks to the amazing cast members there. And the fourth is going to be extras, which are different experiences and activities that you can pay on top of the actual general cruise. So with that, let's get into the first one. I'm going to actually use our actual booking for when we have our cruise in October, which is a 7-night Disney Western Halloween cruise that we're going to be going on. So keep that in mind that this is what we are going to actually be doing, and that is the prices that correspond to that actual cruise. I'm going to actually show you the raw numbers. As you can see on your screen, you're going to see the general cost of what it is to get on the ship. Now, when it comes to the general cost, it's going to be determined based on how many people are going to be in your party and what type of stateroom you want to stay in. The first one is pretty self-explanatory. Depending upon how many people are going to be in your party, it will go up or down depending upon that. And then the next thing, which is important to know, is the actual staterooms. Before I go into this, I want you to know that these numbers are based off of 2 people being able to stay in the stateroom. On your screen right now, I'm going to show you a screenshot for if you were going to book our cruise. We have 4 different types of staterooms that you can choose from. The first one is inside, which is inside the ship. That is going to be $3,908. The second one is going to be the ocean view, which is going to be $4,188. The third one is going to be the veranda, which is $4,832. And the last one, which all of us is probably wishing we could do, is concierge, which is I have seen it being 10,000 plus depending upon which one you're selecting. These numbers are going to vary as well as far as the destination that you're going to be going. So depending upon which destination you're going, it's going to vary. It's also going to vary depending upon how long you're going to be staying. We're actually doing a 7-day Halloween cruise, so that's going to be a little bit more expensive than a 3-day Bahamian cruise, which we did on the Disney Dream. It's also going to be dependent upon the time of year you're going. Just like anything else when it comes to Disney, the more high ticket item months are going to be October, November, December, all the different holidays that you can celebrate, they're going to be more expensive. So definitely just check it out to see on the off times if you want to get a better rate when it comes to that. The second thing that you see here is the taxes, fees, and port expenses. This is going to be $291.06. That is just something that unfortunately we still have to pay when it comes to that. So the next category that we talked about is transportation. Now the categories that I'm including in transportation are going to be either the flights from where you live to Orlando or to the port that you're going to be going to, the transportation from the actual airport to the actual port that you're going to, and also the hotel stay that you're going to be staying before and after potentially you get off the ship. So the first thing we start off is flights, right? Now, if obviously you're going to be driving, you can factor that in as far as when it comes to gas or anything like that. But when it came to flights for me and Amanda, it was about $500 per person to actually fly from Boston all the way down to Florida. The next thing is going to be the hotel. Now, when I say hotel, I know you guys might be a little bit confused, but a pro tip for you is to arrive to your port a day before you are actually about to sail off. I cannot stress this enough, guys, because there is so many different things that could happen in that time frame if you were to try to book a flight the same day that you are going to be sailing off. The plane could get delayed because of inclement weather. It could get delayed because of just any mechanical issues. There's a plethora of different type of things that could go wrong that could cause you to be delayed and that ship is not going to wait for you. It is going to take off, and it could completely ruin your vacation. So because we're going to Port Canaveral for our actual cruise, we stay at the Hyatt Regency Orlando International Airport. Now, the reason why I say this all out is because there are two different ones of these. There's one that is actually right next to the actual airport, and there's one that's inside of the actual airport. And we made that mistake, and they are completely different experiences. The one that's inside the actual airport is amazing. I absolutely love it. We both did. We had such a great time. It was so easy, convenient. You literally get off your plane, you go upstairs, you check into your room, and you're there, and you have everything available to you. And in the morning, you go downstairs, you get on the bus that takes you from the airport to Port Canaveral, and you get on your ship, and it does the same thing coming from the ship back to the hotel. It is easy. You do not have to stress. It is just so simple. I'm gonna actually link in the description the actual hotel that we use. So for us, that cost us about $343.13 for one night. The last thing when it comes to transportation is your ground transportation. Now, this is going to be the transportation that you have to pay through Disney that is going to take you from the Orlando airport to Port Canaveral. So this cost about $157 for two people. I know that that could be a little bit expensive, but it is pretty far from the actual airport to the port, and that is including your transportation there and back. So it is, for me, worth it because it just makes it so much easier. It's a Disney Magical Express, so you get that feeling of getting ready to go on your Disney experience. It is going to save you so much hassle and effort to just get that taken care of so that you are getting there when you need to. For the third category, we're going to be looking at gratuity. I wanted to put this in here because I think it is so important to give tips to all of the amazing cast members on that ship. I cannot tell you guys how amazing these people are, right? Like, every cast member that you meet at Disney, in my experience, have been amazing. From Disney World, Disneyland, and Disney Cruise. And my experience is that Disney Cruise cast members go way above beyond. Like, the bar has already been set by Disney cast members in general. It just seems like the Disney Cruise cast members, they go so much more beyond to make every experience so special, guys. They deserve all of the money that they get paid and some. They really make the entire experience what it is from us. I mean, I cannot express to you guys how amazing they are. Like, it's a no-brainer for me personally to tip them and to thank them in any way that I possibly can for making our entire trip so magical. As you can see on your screen, we have paid $203 for prepaid gratuity. Now, how that works, if you have seen my other videos, at the end of your actual cruise, you're going to get a little pamphlet that's going to have all of the different gratuities that you prepaid. They're going to be broken up so that way you can hand them out to the actual cast members and thank them. And the last category is going to be the extras. This is going to be all the different extra things as far as what you're going to be doing on the cruise. It could be extra dining, which is going to be Paulo and Remy's that cost you extra. The excursions that you can do off the ship. It can be activities on the ship as well that would be an extra cost for you, or even shopping on the ship. Yes, we all love to do it. We want to get souvenirs, so I kind of factor that in as far as that goes. If you want an actual specific breakdown as to what those things could cost you, I'm going to link the last video that I made, which actually shows you all of the different activities and excursions and dinner and how much they would cost. So if you wanted to know around how much that would cost for you, you can check that video out here. But ultimately, all in all, it averages anything. Dinners are usually about $45 to $50 extra. The mixologies that you can do is about $45 per person. The excursions usually run you about anywhere from $40 to $100 to even $1,000 depending upon what you're doing. But on average, the basic ones that most people do is going to run you about $40 to $140-ish from there. All in all, with all of that countered in, what it cost me and Amanda for two people is going to be $5,999 $998.99. Keep in mind, we are being extra and we're doing a bunch of different excursions there because I want to make so much content for you guys to see, and I also want to experience it myself. But that is ultimately what you could expect to pay if you wanted to have a lot of excursions and doing different dinners as well. So again, like I said, this is all going to be contingent upon yourself. There is so many different ways that you can do this. You can save money by not doing all the excursions and just booking the actual cruise, or you can go crazy and treat yourself and do all the excursions like we are doing it. Ultimately, around $4,000 to $5,000 is what you could expect to pay when going on a Disney cruise. So with that being said, I hope you did find value in today's video. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, hit the notification bell so that you will always be notified when I post a new video, and I will see you in the next one. And also comment below which cruise you are going to be going on or which cruise you're thinking of going on, because I would love to know.